But it's the fact that uh, God changes everything. Like, I mean, he's the silver lining to it all. There's a purpose why you went through what you went through. So as life went on, as I said, being involved with that, I guess at 15, I caught my first case. I was tried as an adult. They tried to give me 25 years here in Nacogdoches as a juvenile. Uh, I accidentally caught a Coke machine on fire on South Street.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a major accident. So I stole some cigarettes from my stepdad, some Harley Davidson cigarettes, and some self-striking matches off the fireplace. We used to walk from Woden Road all the way out to the movie theaters over there because that's where everybody hung out. Friday and Saturday night we would do
Hmm.
that. Me and a couple friends, and we would just travel that way. That's where everybody was hanging out. We didn't have any cars, so we would just travel that travel. Get up early in the morning, take off.
Sure.
Well, we had stopped at Brookshire Brothers, and I had struck a self-striking match off the payphone, lit a cigarette, and I dropped the match in the screw hole in the payphone. Matches barely even light cigarettes. If you light a match, it takes 5 matches to light a cigarette. That's why we have lighters now. But
Hmm.
but this magical match found its way into that screw hole, fell down in there, and landed on the wiring harness. So we had left. We took off walking. We used to, stop by several people's houses on the way, and probably been gone 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half. I don't remember. And ended up jumping in the back of a friend's truck, and they ended up driving back to Brookshire Brothers because that's where they're going. And I remember looking down there, it was like all slow mo, and there's people inside there, all the glass windows, and they're just pointing and pointing and pointing. Well, I just like slow mo grazed across there and seen that there's big bellowing fire coming out of the Coke machine. Well, right next to the Coke machine
Mm.
are the Blue Rhino propane tanks. So
Ooh.
basically, the way they're saying it's the Blue Rhino propane tanks would have blew up, would have killed 55 people in the store or whatever. So we took off running, and my buddies, oh, let's stay and watch it. So we ended up going. There's like I think it's still there, like a little car wash behind that K's or whatever convenience
Hmm.
store. So that washateria right there. So we're in the fence watching while these cops pull up. Well, there's an old lady. I remember she's sitting in her car. She looked me dead in the eyes when I was sitting there, and that's why we ended up walking off. I was like, "Hey guys, let's go." So we took off, and anyways, so we're sitting there, and all of a sudden the cops just all heading out different directions. So we decide we're going to take off. And we get about 2 streets down over there by where the P store is. And we're walking on the back alley. And we had the plan. Okay, if a cop pulls onto the road, we're just going to split in different directions, take off. Well, car pulls in, see the headlights come in behind us. And I tell my buddy, it's a cop. Well, he just turns around and looks. Nah, it's a truck. Boom, right on her. It's a cop. Pulls right up to us. They start asking a bunch of questions. I told them, look, it was me. I accidentally did it. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? They took me in. They tried to go after my mom because I was a minor. And
Hmm.
we didn't, like I said, we don't come from money. We had no lawyer. My mom's breaking down. Detectives are slamming us with, uh, well, in New York, they're putting lighter fluid inside of the Coke machine and they're lighting it, and these coins are melting and they're getting the coins out of the Coke machine. And even at 15 years old, I was like, "Are you serious? Like melted plastic and hot quarters, and that's what I'm doing? I'm sitting here burning down a Coke machine trying to get some change out of their big melted ball of change. It doesn't even make sense."
Mm.
But my mom's crying and they're harassing her. I said, "Look, just leave her alone. I did it. It's my fault." And well, they basically told me that if we're going to do it that way, you have to sign papers. She has to sign papers, and you become emancipated. You get tried as an adult, which really screwed up my life because from that point on, it's every time I got arrested, it's flight risk. The arson case was, classified, so high because it's arson.
Mm.
Uh, and they don't look at cases by person. If you don't have a lawyer, it's just your number this, cause number this, and you did this, and this is what that carries. So that's basically what we had to go with. It wasn't any fighting, and I don't even remember going to court on the deal. Really, I ended up getting 5 years probation. First time I'd ever been in trouble.